Hello and welcome to Sports News Africa, the home of Africa's sporting conversation. Let's take a look at the stories making the headlines across the continent. CAF Champions League group stage draw pits 3 Algerian sides against each other. Demba Ba celebrates his highest goal tally in a season. And the Springboks hold their first pre-World Cup training camp in Johannesburg. Thank you for watching Sports News Africa. I'm Ehi Longi. All 3 Algerian clubs in the Champions League have been drawn in the same group. The first time in history such an incident has occurred. The draw for the group stages of the competition was conducted at the Confederation of African Football's headquarters near Cairo on Tuesday. Holders Entente Setif will face compatriots USM Alger and MC Yilmaz in Group B, with Al Merrikh of Sudan completing the pool. The top 12 performing countries in the continent usually provide 2 clubs, but because Entente Setif won the competition last year, Algeria had a rare 3rd entry in the competition. TP Mazembe of the Democratic Republic of Congo, the only club to qualify from outside the Arab-speaking north of the continent, were drawn in Group A alongside Smuha of Egypt, Morocco's Maghreb Tetouan, and Al Hilal of Sudan. The group phase begins in late June, with the top 2 from each pool advancing to the 2-legged semi-finals in September and October. The final will be held in October and November and also be played over 2 legs. The draw for the Confederation Cup playoffs was also held in Cairo. The first leg round of games will be played between May 15th and 17th, and here is how it's shaping up. South Africa's Orlando Pirates will take on Guinean side AS Kalou. Tunisia has 4 sides of the Confederation Cup. Club Africain are away to fellow North Africans Al Ahly of Egypt for their first leg. Esperance and Sfaxien are both at home to Ghana's Hearts of Oaks and Ivory Coast ASEC Mimosas, respectively, while Etoile du Sahel travel to Morocco to play Raja Casablanca. Nigeria's only representative, Warri Wolves, go to Congo to play AC Leopards. The Democratic Republic of Congo's AS Vita are to play Stade Malien in the Confederation Cup. They got through to the last 16 after thrashing the Royal Leopards 4-1 to bring an end to the Swaziland Police Force's fairy tale run.
It was a high-stakes match, and the 80,000 capacity stadium Stade de Matthias in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo, was filled with excited football fans. DR Congo's AS Vita club were baying for blood as they faced the Royal Leopards of Swaziland in the return leg of the African Confederation Cup qualifier tie. With a 1-loss disadvantage from the first leg of the match against the African Confederation Cup giant killers, AS Vita had just one mission: winning. The Black Dolphins qualified for the playoffs of the Confederation Cup after sealing a 4-2 aggregate win, thrashing Royal Leopards 4-1 in a match that had the fans on the edge of their seats.
The day it was announced to my teammates and I that Ebunga would play in this match, everyone was happy and motivated. The result? We won the match with a large score. I thank all the Vita Club fans for their confidence in the team.
Emmanuel Ngundiankama gave Vita the lead in the 8th minute, with Guy Lusadisu doubling the advantage on the stroke of halftime to send the locals into the break with a 2-goal advantage. Coach Florent Ibenge's men added to the visitors' misery in the second half with a brace from DR Congo international Firmin Mubele either side of the hour mark.
We saw them play and knew how to tackle them in the rematch. It's not always easy. This is how we work. We saw that even if we won with a fairly large score, it was a dangerous team with very rapid defenders, so we had a difficult task. Forge ahead, but don't leave space behind them. So it was not easy. We succeeded in doing well. Bravo to my players.
The team was motivated by thousands of fans intent on victory.
We are very happy with today's result because we were very determined after losing 1-0 in the last match. This is why we, the fans, we were very determined to push our team to victory.
2014 CAF Champions League runners-up AS Vita will now aim for a spot in the last 8 of the Confederation Cup.
Senegal international Demba Ba scored his 26th goal in all competitions for Turkish club Besiktas in the Turkish Super League against Trabzonspor, which broke his own personal goal-scoring record. The former Chelsea player has scored 17 goals in 25 league games for Besiktas, with the other 9 in European and domestic competitions.
African footballers are well known for top quality football on the international scene. Senegalese striker Demba Ba has made his mark on his Turkish club Besiktas and is currently steering the team to likely victory in the Sport Toto Super League. In a match against Trabzonspor on Sunday, March 3rd, Ba came off the bench to score the opening goal in the 58th minute and just 63 seconds after coming on. The goal brought his tally to 26 goals for the team, and with 17 goals in 25 games, he has broken his personal record for the highest score in his career so far.
I'm a competitive player, doesn't like it, but I take it for the team, I would say, because we needed that. We needed a forwarder in the defense line, and the coach chose to put me out, and I just accept it, and for that, if I come in, I do my job, and that's what I did.
Besiktas increased their point total to 64 points, but the Senegalese striker was very humble when asked whether he would steer his club to lifting the title.
Only Allah knows the future, so I could score 10 and we are not champion, and I scored none and we be champion. You know, we just wait. It's 5 games to go. We go as a team, as I said. It doesn't matter if I score 3 more, 10 more, or if I don't score anymore. All we want at the end of the day is to win.
Ba's prowess on the pitch has earned him a large following. Turkish fans cheered and sang his name after the match. Besiktas are guaranteed to remain in first place at the close of the 29th week. Ba joined Besiktas on 16th July 2014 and is the first Senegalese player to play for Besiktas. He has previously had stints in the English Premier League with West Ham, Newcastle and Chelsea.
Welcome back to Sports News Africa. South Africa's Springboks have begun their Rugby World Cup preparations with a training session in Johannesburg on Monday. 44 players hoping to seal a place in the World Cup squad convened at St. Peter's College before taking part in training on Monday. Among them was Springbok captain Jean de Villiers, who's still recovering from reconstructive knee surgery.
The wear and tear of Super 15 rugby was evident at a Johannesburg college on Monday as South Africa held their first pre-World Cup training camp. Of the 44 players who gathered under national coach Henneke Meyer for a 4-day get-together, more than half of the party were unable to complete the full session, including Jean de Villiers, Willie Leroux, Pat Lambie and Skulk Burger, with 19 members of the squad playing no part and another 5 only joining in with some of the training drills.
I never like injuries. It's a while to the World Cup. We've still got some time. If we get a nasty knee injury now, then we don't have the time. But the minor sort of bumps and bruises and the knocks that we're getting at the moment, there is still time for the guys to recover.
Two-time world champion South Africa player warm-up match against a World 15 on July the 11th in Cape Town.
You know, I don't know why, but as soon as the guys put on the green and gold, it's a different player. So I don't think you should judge the players on Super Rugby form alone. When we get together, there's not a lot of time, but when they put on the green and gold for their country, they'll definitely put their bodies on line, and it's just a different player. So I've still got a lot of confidence in the players, and you know, I know they will do anything for their country, and I'm still very, very positive going to the World Cup.
Meyer's side will hold another training camp later this month in Cape Town and face Australia and New Zealand in July before completing the shortened Rugby Championship season with a game against Argentina on the 8th of August. The Springboks will then travel to Buenos Aires to face Argentina again a week later in a World Cup warm-up match before beginning their campaign with a game against Japan in Brighton, England on September the 19th, followed by Samoa, Scotland and the United States in the remaining games in Pool B.
In motorsport, Team Uganda put on quite a display in the opening round of the Federation of International Motorcycling Central Africa Motocross Challenge to overcome Kenya at the Garuga racetrack. However, Team Uganda's task was made somewhat easier by the no-show of some Kenyan riders who chose to stay at home.
It was a walkover for Team Uganda in the 2015 FIM East and Central Africa Motocross first leg in Garuga on Sunday, May 3rd, after Kenya's low show marred the event. The Kenyan team registered just 8 riders, forcing the Ugandan teams to compete against themselves in some categories.
Some of our senior riders haven't come because of exams back at school, and maybe some other people are not maybe interesting or coming to such things, to Uganda.
The low show was similar to the 2014 edition, when the Kenyan team withdrew from the championship, leaving the trophy for Uganda. Motocross champion Maxime Van P, however, said it was important for Uganda to collect the points as they expect the Kenyan team to swell in the Nairobi edition of the competition.
Extremely important because I know that when we're going to go to Nairobi in December, they're going to field a big team, a huge team actually, to make up for all the points they've lost here. And especially that we won the championship last year, so for them they have that extra motivation to get it back from us. And so what we're doing right now here with all the points we're getting is very important, and it will be crucial when we go to Nairobi.
Kenya registered 4 racers in the 85cc category and 4 in the 100cc category. Despite their easy win, Ugandan racers stressed maintaining a high level of competitiveness ultimately enhances the sport.
I think we'll carry a comfortable lead. I know that they'll pitch up a much bigger team in Kenya come second round. So it's good that we've gained a couple of points in this one. We have very many podium finishes, which is very good. And it's good to get competition, a good challenge. And it only increases the level of this region in motocross in Africa.
Kenya and Uganda were the only teams participating in the FIM East and Central Africa Motocross Championship after Tanzania and Rwanda withdrew from the event.
To Europe next, and holders Real Madrid will be without France striker Karim Benzema for the first leg of their Champions League semi-final against Juventus in Turin after he failed to recover from a knee injury. Juve pair Andrea Pirlo and Giorgio Chiellini have been recalled to the squad after being rested against Sampdoria over the weekend. Pirlo is set to renew acquaintances with Real Madrid boss Carlo Ancelotti, who managed the midfielder during a successful 8-year spell at AC Milan.
It's a semi-final. They're the defending champions, so they could have a little extra chance. But we also have something to lose. We don't want to miss a place in the final.
If Juventus made it to the semi-finals, and seeing the way they did it, they have merit. It is obvious they have been the surprise of the Champions League, but it doesn't mean they are less of a favourite. Once you're in the semi-finals, anything can happen. Last year we were almost eliminated beforehand against Bayern Munich, and in the end we beat them.
I don't think any of the legs, Juventus at Real or Real at Juve, can end 0-0. So we'll have to be very good, especially on the offensive end.
That's the Champions League, and even more so, that's the semi-finals. Show courage and you will win. Be afraid and you will lose.
I think it will be a very open semi-final, a tough one. Both games will be open and very contested. We'll have to be the best team in both games to make it to the final.
It's going to be a very tough match. We're playing against an Italian side, so I think Juventus will want to defend first and try to counter-attack with their strikers.
Unlike everyone says, I don't think there's a favorite in this confrontation. The team that makes the least mistakes will prevail.
Here's a look at the fixtures in the Champions League semi-finals. Real Madrid face Juventus with the Turin side on a high after clinching their fourth successive Serie A title. Then on Wednesday, Pep Guardiola returns to Barcelona with Bayern Munich. It'll be an emotional moment for Guardiola, who won 14 trophies with the Catalan Giants. Let's take a look at how that match affects the English Premier League table. Arsenal are in third before Manchester City on goal difference, but they can climb above City if they win their game in hand. The defeat sees Hull drop one place below Leicester, with Sunderland, QPR and Burnley still occupying the bottom three places. Let's have a quick recap of the results from Monday, as well as a preview of Tuesday's playoffs. The LA Clippers rose to the challenge of playing without Chris Paul, as they wasted no time wrestling away home court advantage from Houston, with a 117-101 win on Monday. Both the Bulls and the Clippers now lead their respective series 1-0. In Tuesday's games, the Atlanta Hawks host the Washington Wizards, looking to even the series at 1 apiece. The Golden State Warriors, with newly crowned MVP Stephen Curry, will look to make it 2-0 in their series against the Memphis Grizzlies. And that's the end of Sports News Africa for today. Please join us tomorrow for the latest from Africa and around the world. Goodbye for now.